Instead, we will travel to Orly. Oh, that's right. There's the whole thing with the merchant, too. Oh, damn it. Oh, there's no fighting at this point, I believe. Because we're in Orlais and we're in Val Royeaux, no less. So I think we're okay with the party. Or at least we are. It's not going to be anything too crazy where I would really need Cassandra just yet anyways.
I trust you've heard what befell Roderick at Haven.
Go check out this first.
What happened here?
It would appear someone reached the merchant before we did.
Really? Bastard slaver.
It seems Vicinius angered Calpurnia by sending her mistreated slaves.
Really? Most Intervinter wouldn't bother to care.
She was paying a fortune for literate slaves.
Curious. When she already has an army of Venatori.
Oh, I lost audio, damn it. Oh, you bastard. Yep, screw it. Yeah.
That must have been Vicinius.
It seems the Venatori tired of following him.
Let's look around.
Chart notebook. Shipping routes, manifestos. More damning evidence that he was a bastard. There we go.
Shattered crystal. Let's find the pieces.
Things kind of just blinking all over the place. There's another one.
Here's another one.
Last piece.
The crystals whole again, but... Hold on.
Lady Calpurnia, I had no intention.
I warned you of consequences should the slaves you bring me suffer in your care. Venatori, show him my displeasure.
No! Wait! Wait!
A dwarven relic for storing memories. There's one or two in Minrathous. Very rare.
Dagna might know what to make of it.
So definitely speak to Dagna as well as Liliana. Get them involved. The Seven. Of course, he was the follower of Dumont. Dumont's the one that actually tricked all of them. Hey, you know what would be a really good idea? How about you guys try and breach into the Golden City and try and overthrow the Maker himself? You guys are powerful enough, don't worry. We all saw how well that worked out for him.
You must control yourself.
Now try and get Josephine's affairs in order.
Disaster is what it is.
I take care of my peoples.
How far that more men should open the manor to who has faith stand before the corrupt and the wicked.
My maker know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
Judge me
I do.
worthy of your
The
endless
Comte
pride.
Bioware has invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Lead the way.
I will say the dragon armor does look kind of nice.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Bioware.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
I hope helping us doesn't endanger you.
Hardly. Even a brush with someone as well known as yourself can become a great asset in Belroyo. Giving you the identity of those who murdered Lady Montile's messenger seemed the least I could do. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for a life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montilier's trading exile in Orlais.
They're not just after your messengers, Josephine. They'll try for you, too.
I am afraid so, yes.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royal. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Our Legion businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
Seems to know an awful lot about the House of Repose.
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine.
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montigny. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not too said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montilet's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
I'm guessing the actual Comte Boisvert met with a fatal accident.
Comte Boisvert slumbers in a nearby closet. Nothing more. The contract on Lady Montilet's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out a Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Okay, although he really wants to kick his ass, he knows it's best, at least to keep his advisor happy, not to do so.
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, lady. May we conclude with my departure?
Go, then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we'd never meet again.
At least you can still hear how pissed off he is in his voice when he lets him go.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
To Skyhold!
Do you hear something?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Comte Boisvert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
Okay, so... Are you gonna let Cole open it, or... Nope, I guess we're gone. Alright, later. So dirty business indeed. An age-old contract still being kept in place because they are being true to their word, which makes them honorable assassins, which to some may seem like an oxymoron, but their word is their bond and they're sticking to it. But at least they did have the courtesy of letting Josephine know, and now we can try and find a way to resolve this, either through bloody or less conventional but peaceful means. Alright, since last time converting everything over, it looks like some of the war table missions are finished.
Law has a
Also looks like
We'll see.
there's a quest of sorts over there.
Better than the road, you ask me.
Go check that out in a minute. See what they have for me. Okay. Confront the mages. Who camp offered amnesty to those who surrendered. Few accepted. One was nearly killed by her fellows. Oh man. So, it seems like a lot of back and forth. Well, that's good to know, but it's still kind of weird. Well, I guess they were in the middle of a war. So whether somebody was the one that kind of tempered them to do so or not. Six crossed swords.
We cannot neglect our soldiers' training.
Can we neglect roads? Our allies cannot take the same route through the mountains we did.
Hmm. So the whole truth or dare thing going on still. I didn't send anybody do anything over on this side? Investigate Hunter Fell. Search for the lost. Insult. Put in the way of her death. Damn. It's true. I mean, if they're lost, and especially if somebody's grabbing them, we might want to be quiet. I'm going to defer to Liliana on this one. Damn. I'll think about that one a little bit more first. Okay, Rice and Evangeline. I think I'll have Liliana do this.
Let's see what we have.
And I guess against my better judgment, although this might actually be the right judgment call here, I'll have Colin help search for the lost, because I mean, they can do it quickly and then cover more ground, so they can more likely discover them quicker versus the spies who'll be taking their time, although the hostage situation still comes into play if that is the case. Just known as the Inquisition, several noble houses are attempting to spur their fortunes by crafting an alliance of their own. For now, they seem to be arguments. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Although his is good too. Screw it. Make it happen, Josephine.
Inquisitor.
So it means everybody's out and about. And then go talk to Josephine.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last Du Paraquets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royeaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royeaux?
Again, it's a matter of not pissing off my advisor. She wants no bloodshed, and, I mean, we have the pull till we can make things happen. So, that is Josephine. Just saying.
We can solve this without more deaths on either side.
My people are ready, should you change your mind. I'll post a watch on our ambassador in case the House of Repose visits.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the Duparakets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royeaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin. Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royeaux if we want to make the Duparakets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Duparakets as lords.
So there we go. That's one. Speak to Varric real quick. Damn detachable beard.
That got a little heated. You all right?
Well, that depends. How angry is Cassandra? I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
The whole cross-eyed thing, that was funny. Well, I mean, I do believe him. Hawk could have died if he joined sooner. He should talk to Cassandra, but shouldn't have to choose necessarily a side. And of course, he knew about Corypheus, but he didn't know Corypheus' role and what's going on. Nobody really could have.
I know, Varric. You never would have kept quiet otherwise.
I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade and it'll just disappear. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry. Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry Tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carta clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carta to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carta to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
I mean, at first I was kind of bothered by the change of Varric's character. He's a lot more melancholy. But then if you think about all the events that happened in Dragon Age 2, all that's happened up until this point, it kind of makes sense that Varric isn't so much of the Varric that we love, or at least some people, such as myself, love from Dragon Age 2. But if anything, that makes it all the more tragic to see him this way. But at least you get little bits of the old Varric here and there.
Is this a bad time? I can come back.
No, it's all right. Bills are really not that engrossing. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition. I don't know how to do this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
I don't need a disciple. I need a friend.
If you knew how intimidating you are, you wouldn't make it sound so simple. You just don't know what you are to the people out there. The Herald of Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
There's no way I can be bigger than myself, Varric.
Sure you can. You don't see yourself like they do. The sky tears open, demons everywhere. To ordinary folks, these are the end times. The only hope they have is you. You're the sign that somebody might hear their prayers. That maybe they're not abandoned after all. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Yeah.
Please tell me you aren't going to burst into song now.
Don't worry, I'm not that cruel. I should probably get back to work. Unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
Am I getting the Wicked Grace scene already? Nice!
I've got a minute if you need something.
Aw, no, not yet.
What can you tell me about this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a ruin in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the ruin, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful Darkspawn.
I've never heard of Wardens locking up Darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control Wardens somehow. They couldn't attack him. The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The Wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a Darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a Magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the Blights.
Yep.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
All right, I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem. I've got a minute if you need something.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
That's why we love you. Well, I guess there's something I can actually talk to you about anyways.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem. I've got a minute if you need something.
What are your thoughts on the Inquisition?
We've got a pretty well-balanced organization. I'm a fan of diversification and all, but do we have the strength to handle major issues when they come up?
Good to know.
Back to work, then.
Alright, that's it for him for now. You, my friend.
Greetings.
Nope, I guess not.
We'll talk later.
Must be Liliana.
Questions.
Hold on. Ah, level 12. See, and that's why picking up books is important. Yep, Liliana.
Your trip to the merchant's home yielded results. Before she became leader of the Venatori, Calpurnia was a slave from Minrathous. Even slaves with magic are treated unkindly in Tevinter. If Corypheus freed her, no wonder she follows him.
Her old life must have been harsh, if Corypheus seemed a better master.
Perhaps. Calpurnia has freed every slave she's purchased. Vicinius tracked his shipments. My agents will investigate. This may lead us to Calpurnia's lair. In the meantime, speak to Dagna. The crystal you found on Vicinius fascinates her.
Will do. We'll just fast travel. Yay, fast travel! Even if it's just in the Skyhold, but I guess the Skyhold really is big enough to warrant it.
This is an amazing find, Inquisitor. The Shaperid in Orzammar had something like it.
Greetings to you too, Dagna.
They preserve voices, or a likeness, memories, you know? You don't know. Doesn't matter. The Venatori cracked it, but here...
These documents you found, Inquisitor, I've made interesting... discoveries.
Have no fear, demon.
But the power will draw them unless you have wards against possession.
Once you have become the vessel, demons will be beneath your concern. Prepare as I have directed.
I shall, Elder One.
Sod it. Oh, sorry. The crystal couldn't take anymore. Wasn't meant for this.
That looked like Corypheus and Calpurnia.
It was a memory stored in the crystal.
No, that was vital information. Did you see Calpurnia's expression? Their alliance may be less than harmonious.
Corypheus said Calpurnia was going to be a vessel. A vessel for what?
They spoke of power and demons. But Calpurnia is already a magister. Corypheus must have some other plan.
The crystal showed us Calpurnia hasn't bought into Corypheus's myth just yet.
Well, I'm no shaper, but I might be able to get it to remember new sounds.
Really? If we hid it among Calpurnia's belongings, imagine what we could learn.
I can split it and keep half here. We could hear her speaking right then. It's not how they're supposed to work, and it'll probably break. As I said, I'm no shaper.
Inquisitor, Calpurnia's Venatori have been digging up elven ruins. Tracking them might lead us to her. If this crystal were placed in a lair, I cannot overstate the value of what we might learn.
It seems only fitting to turn Calpurnia's tools against her.
Right.
If there's a rift growing between Corypheus and Calpurnia, we must exploit it.
I'll have the crystal ready soon. I think. Let me find the Quicksilver. Well, how are you?
I'll see you later, Dagna.
I can't wait.
So we definitely want to do that. The more we can learn about Calpurnia, what her plans are, or at least what Corypheus has planned for her, the better. Because then we could have a better chance of stopping it. Especially with the whole talk of being the vessel. they're looking like. But overall, I think I got pretty close to my facial features. You can see I was constantly looking at the phone and all that other good stuff, but let's continue.